Happy Wednesday. Mike and I are just going to read a story out loud for you before I go to bed. Isn't that right, Poosh? Yep. Yep. She's already read it a million times. She knows it like the back of her paw. I'm going to start off this video with a little Would You Rather because it's time for a Would You Rather Wednesday. Here it comes. Would you rather drink and only drink lemonade or grape soda for the rest of your life? Tough decision. One's sour and sweet. The other one is just sweet. I don't think I would go for the grape soda. I sometimes find a grape soda that I really like, but sometimes they taste like the medicine. And if I'm going to drink soda, which I don't usually, I'm not going to drink a soda that tastes like medicine. I thought we wanted to avoid the taste of medicine. And now all of a sudden we have grape soda that tastes like it. What do you think? Anyways, there you go. Little forecast for our day. Assignments, no social studies today. Lucky us, lucky you. The persuasive essay is due tomorrow. I'm very encouraged by those of you who completed your outlines. Guys, you don't have to spend much time on it. Just because you've done the work. If you filled out the outline, you've basically done the essay. You just have to add some sentences to make it flow and make it stylish. I made this video because I wanted to read a story out loud, just work on my audiobook voice a little bit. And the task for reading today is just to write 6 annotations on Google Classroom. You don't have to write them on this paper, but I do think you should have the paper with you. So pause this video for a moment and grab this paper. Are you pausing the video? It'd be a great idea to pause the video. The only reason why you wouldn't be pausing the video is because you've accessed this document that I shared online, and you're going to read that while listening to the audio instead of looking at my face read the story. Okay. I'm going to pause every paragraph or so to give you some examples of the annotations. Let me remind you what they are. Contrasts and contradictions. Aha moment. Oh yeah, that is a good one. Poosh came up with a tough question and again. Then we have memory moment. And I think I'm forgetting one. Oh, of course, the words of the wiser. I don't want to forget that one. It's a great one. Anyways, I know that 2 good annotations are coming up right at the start. So listen closely. I wrote this story 3 years ago because on one Palm Sunday, ISIS chose to bomb a church in Egypt. I found this to be very scary, and I found this to be like a new way to act out your terrorism. I also thought of this weird idea. I was like, what about the one family who was out of town, or they just decided not to go to church that Sunday? That doesn't really make a lot of sense because a lot of people end up going to church on holidays. But still, I asked the what if question. What if they didn't? And then all of a sudden they survived when all of their friends and community died in this bombing. It made for an interesting story. So based on a true story, but completely fictional as well. Hope you enjoy. This is Palm Sunday. You tickle me awake. I should have risen hours ago, warming the breakfast breads, or pitting the dates just the way you like. Just like a wife should work every morning. But I slept late again, groggy by the same dream. The one where I'm still Muslim. Aha moment, I should say. She said, the one where I'm still Muslim. Seems like she was born a Muslim and then changed. There I am in the mosque, completely covered, and there is the gray-haired man that brings your grandparents such relief and joy. He is impatient and struggling to look at me gently. Your grandparents smile so wide that their friends and attendants cannot help but grin too. Allah is there, only a shape of smoke at the center of the ceremony, marrying me off. How odd. Your grandparents tell me I am God's chosen one for this man. Is he God's chosen one for me? They never talk that way. Okay, pause. Here we've got a tough question. Is the man that I've been arranged to be married to God's chosen one for me? It's a great way to ask from the woman's perspective. A lot of times women were just treated as property and they were just given, sometimes traded to be someone's wife. And so it's a really interesting question this person has asked. It's a tough one to answer. How do we know that God had in mind for this man to be this woman's husband? Apparently he didn't, because she didn't end up marrying him. She never followed through with it. This is a contrast and contradiction because I live in a country where we don't have arranged marriages. But would you believe it? I have learned that they usually work out better. Usually people find a way to make it work. Isn't that interesting? This next sentence is a very significant moment. Listen up. She says, "You are my chosen ones, the girls I would not have if I arrived to the altar that day." Okay, seems like she found someone else and had two girls. Let's read on. "I hear your father pounding the breadboard. He is practicing his notes for the confession liturgy that we all sing wrong. He tries, doesn't he? His bread rises with loose knots, like your hair when you jump out of bed. But his bread looks like the body of Christ compared to my sluggish hands that cannot wake to mix the yeasts. He is patient too, your father, and you agree. He merely smiles when you spill your watercolors, waiting for him to dry the muddy water into our hardwood floor. He smiles when you call home from school with a suspiciously cool fever, waiting for him to leave the bank and pick you up. He smiles at me, too, when my motherly instincts freeze, pointing him to the paper towel rather than marching there myself, for asking him to drive so I do not need to talk to a cab driver, for sleeping long though it will make us late for church today." Foreshadowing. "It takes all the effort I have to tuck you in bed before I drown him with worries, making sure he knows I know my shortcomings. Always he eyes me gently, holding me, telling me I am a good wife. I doubt it." Now let's clear some things up. The guy she's married to is not the old crusty Muslim guy her parents wanted her to marry. The guy she's married to is the guy she wanted to marry, a Orthodox Christian. Orthodox is a type of denomination in the church. It's kind of like Catholics. They have just a very formal service. You are required to attend church every Sunday, and you sing a lot of hymns. There's actually a lot of fragrance and smells there as well. Let's read on. Let's see if anything comes up again and again. "Even today, I doubt that his patience can last one more day with lazy wife. I hear him pound the dough and it sounds painful. Is he taking something out on the bread that he should reserve for me?" Wow, she does not have a very high esteem. That's another tough question. "No." Excuse me. "No, he is odd in his way, drumming a beat of an Orthodox hymn into the batter, an Easter song he looks forward to singing. He probably told you to take your palm branches and prod me until I laugh. So you come jumping on the big mattress, spoiling your plan with all the laughter you let out before tiptoeing to my side of the bed. Where are the Easter lilies, Mama? You ask while tumbling on my belly. Next week, I groan. Next week is Easter. What are you celebrating today? Palm Sunday, I tell you as I shield my eyes from the encroaching palm fronds. What are these for? Does Mother Musa teach you nothing? Or does she just make you fold palm branches and dance with them? Guys, Mother Musa is the Sunday school teacher at their church. Our character, we don't even know her name. She doesn't like the Sunday school teacher very much. Let's find out. You will never know how much I hated that woman. Aha. Hated, not hate. Past tense. But she is a saint now, resting with the angels. She says they help keep the street clean for Jesus to ride on his donkey. More or less, I agree, while careening onto your dad's cooler pillow. What about Easter eggs, one of you goes on. What about them? Will they have chocolates inside this year, like Miss Amber had in her blue ones? You speak of the tragic comic visit of that American missionary. That girl with blonde dreadlocks. What a name. Amber. The harsh sound that caught in all our noses enough to sneeze